Hey, it's Captain Gary and welcome to another episode of Outdoor Addiction. Today I'm in my brother's boat. He's a favorite on our show and he happens to be the Steelhead master of Mishawaka and South Bend. We are here, it's early morning, the sun just came up and we are going to go after the Steelhead trout. We're hoping there's a few in here. It is a chilly morning, it just got done raining, and hopefully that's all it took to bring them in. So you stay tuned. We're in Mishawaka, Indiana. We're going after steelhead. It should be a great day.
Dutchman Hunting Supplies in Shipshewana is your home for quality firearms, ammo, fishing, archery, tree stands, clothing, optics, and everything outdoors. Get fantastic value when you shop great name brands like Bowtech, Hoyt, Matthews, Savage, Winchester, Browning, and many more. Visit Dutchman Hunting Supplies at 8435 West US 20 in Shipshewana. Call 260-768-3283. That's 260-768-3283. If you need help hauling your classic vehicle anywhere in the United States, there's only one name to consider. That name? Gary Strait of StraightRoads.com. Gary Strait. He drives all over this great land of ours. I guess you could say he's an outdoor addict. Check him out, won't you? Enclosed vehicle transport at its finest. StraightRoads.com. That's StraightRoads.com.
Hi, it's Pastor Gary Sheets, and I want to tell you about my friends over at GasPumpFreedom.com. That's GasPumpFreedom.com. Did you realize you can lower your fuel bill by up to 20% and reduce emissions by up to 80%? How's it possible? Look over at my friends at GasPumpFreedom.com and their incredible Accelerate fuel tabs. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Welcome home. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome home. Welcome home.
Hi, it's Pastor Gary and Kim Sheets. I think our congregation said it best. Welcome home.
At Tackle Shack in Middlebury, the knowledgeable staff, superior service, and high-end fishing baits, lures, and accessories are what they're known for. From Garmin's real-time live scan sonar to Megabass, Kitech brands, Shimano reels, and G Loomis rods. At Tackle Shack, they also install what they sell in their very own facility. Trust the pros at Tackle Shack when you stop by at 304 North Main in Middlebury. Visit them online as well. Tackle Shack, fish on.
With our fish biologist from the Indiana Department of Natural Resources, Matt Horsley. Welcome to our show. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Gary.
Give us a little background about yourself, please.
Yeah, I grew up hunting and fishing my whole life. I spent a lot of time with my grandma and uncle out on the water, and it just sparked my interest. I loved that activity, and I wanted to pursue it as a field. And I went to Michigan State University, and then I worked in the private sector for a little bit, and then I moved here to the state and worked for the state for a couple years as a seasonal employee, and then I was able to come back in 2017 full-time as a assistant biologist under Larry Koza. I'm in District 2, and then once he retired, I took his spot, and now I'm the District 2 biologist.
And
on
District
River.
2 covers where, for everybody to know what District 2
Yeah,
is?
District 2 is actually our smallest district, but
Okay.
we have a lot of waters up here. It's mostly glacial lakes, but that includes Steuben County, LaGrange County, Elkhart, St. Joseph, and DeKalb counties.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yep.
We are so blessed right here in northern Indiana to have fish hatcheries and rearing stations.
Absolutely.
Could you tell us a little bit about that? And specifically, because I am such a trout fisherman, and a lot of people I know love to trout fish up here in northern Indiana. Fill us in on that, please.
Yeah,
Matt.
the trout program here in northern Indiana is very popular. It attracts a lot of people that first weekend of opener, which is typically on that first Saturday or the last Saturday in April. The facility that raises all those trouts, actually Curtis Creek Trout Rearing Station,
Okay.
just west of Howe, or east of Howe a little bit.
Okay.
Our inland program, we release roughly 50,000 trout throughout
is
the entire
incredible.
throughout the entire
Incredible.
state. So most of those go in during our lake stockings, which typically is about 25,000, which we put in late March, early April, and then we go ahead and stock the rest of those out into our streams prior to opening day.
Now, what are the size of those normally that you release? When we're talking rainbow trout, what's the normal size you release?
Yeah, normally those fish range anywhere from 9 to 11 inches,
Okay.
depending on how they feed and whether or not they're getting that adequate growth that we want to see. But typically they're that 9 to 11 inches.
Okay.
In the
And the
streams.
minimum size in Indiana, I think, is pretty small. It's like 7
Yes,
inches to
seven,
keep, right?
7 inches. Typically, we like to try to get trout in that are already legal size to keep.
Yes.
Our program is strictly put and take. So
Okay, understood.
Our trout streams are fairly marginal, so those trout don't last very long in there, just a couple of months. And we anticipate most of those trout being harvested before it gets too warm in the
Very
streams.
good. And when we buy a fishing license, we're supporting that, correct?
Yeah, the trout and salmon stamp costs $11 to purchase, and all of those funds go towards raising and growing those fish.
Very good. So when we do see an increase in our fishing license, a lot of people do complain about that, but I've always looked at that as we are paying to fish, really, because it's supporting the program that you are so involved in and that makes fishing in northern Indiana so fun. Well, thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate all the work you do
Yeah.
because my whole family loves trout fishing, so we appreciate it. It's Gary from Outdoor Addiction. Make sure you get outside because remember, you never know where your outdoor addiction might lead you. All right, we've just arrived at one of our favorite fishing spots just below Twin Branch Dam. I wanted to tell you an interesting story about this steelhead and what used to be a really good salmon fishery. That's not the case so much anymore. Years and years ago, when they began to release steelhead and this became the fishery it is, there were 2 guys and a boat who were here quickly and began to get this figured out. Those 2 guys were my brother Larry and I. Larry has really taken over as one of the premier fishermen on this river. And right now he just made his first cast. We're going to show you in a little bit what we're using, but I just wanted to give you an idea because I just think it's the coolest thing when you think about these big steelhead. And believe me, Larry and I have caught some monster steelhead out of this very spot. You think about Michigan, you think about even way out west in Oregon and all those places where steelhead are. But these fish are right in our backyard. And today, my brother Larry and I are certainly hoping to show you a couple of these incredible Indiana fish. They migrate all the way from Lake Michigan and they end up right here. This is as far as they can go at the Twin Branch Dam in Mishawaka. That is their last stop. That's as far as they can make it. Now just downriver about 5 miles, and you may be familiar with this, is the fish ladder. And once they built that fish ladder, it gave the fish access to come all the way up here to Twin Branch Dam. And we, over the years, have certainly enjoyed made a lot of memories, and spent a lot of time in my brother's boat catching steelhead out of this stretch of the beautiful St. Joe River. All right, my brother Larry, the steelhead master, is now going to show us a couple things that he does. Larry, what are we using today?
All right, we are using steelhead spawn today that's been cured.
All right, and you caught that, you cured it. That's
caught
right.
It here.
Right out of a fish, right out of this river.
Fish. Tie that on using a wobble glow.
Let me get a close-up of that wobble glow if I could, show everybody what that is. That literally just wobbles in the water.
Holds the bait up a little bit.
Yep, lifts that bait up, it's floating. And we're only fishing in 5 feet of water right now. The river is up from what it was. So that's what we're going to use on a couple rods, is spawn, a sinker. That wobble glow goes on down. Now right at the moment we have 4 rods out, and let me tell you what has happened before. We have hooked on a great day. We've hooked 3 at once. And let me tell you, that gets a little bit crazy when you hook that many fish, especially these big 10 to 17 pound steelhead. Absolutely gets crazy. Now I wanted to show you something. Here's a Sheets Brothers favorite bait. And I love the rule when we're in Larry's boat. What's his is mine. At least that's the rule I like to live by. I've lost a lot of baits for my brother because I love him.
You can tell Gary hadn't been fishing for a while because I still have some bait.
Yes, I've been accused of losing quite a bit of baits out of his boat. All right, I want to tell you what this is. So this bait right here, that is the 2-inch, that's a Hottentot, right? Not a wobble glow.
That's a blue herring.
All right, that's a blue herring. That is the blue tiger look. Silver on the bottom, and then of course those blue stripes and that big yellow with black eye. I cannot tell you how many steelhead have come out of this river because of that bait right there. So pick yourself up some of these. What's another good color, Larry, if they don't have that one in stock? What do you recommend?
Use the traditional black and silver.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
You know, one year we caught them on the fire tiger, and that was about that year and the year following, but that was several years ago, and I hadn't had much luck on those.
Okay, fire tiger is what, the red? I got some red and yellow on it.
Yeah.
Red and yellow, but right here, I'm just going to tell you, this is Captain Gary's, and if you fish with Larry, they're free. You don't even have to pay for them. That's the best part. That's hilarious. This is my favorite bait. 2 treble hooks. Rarely do you miss one. When they hit this, they normally get hooked. But anyways, that is the bait to go to. Give that a try. What'd you call that again?
That's a blue herring.
Blue herring. All right.
Yeah.
The blue herring
Silver
bait.
Blue herring.
So just so you know, we're here fishing in Mishawaka. Florida's got a hurricane, so we're not fishing down there today. We're going to try to get in on some of this awesome steelhead action. It's definitely not prime time yet. Matter of fact, at the current moment, we're the only boat out here. And so we're just going to be the trendsetters is what we hope. So we'll be back. Let's see how we do on this first steelhead trip 2022. You're with the Sheets Brothers, Captain Larry and Gary. Let's see if we can find one.
Hey, welcome to One Stop Furniture and Mattress. You've come to the right place. Here at One Stop Furniture, we offer everything from dining rooms, living rooms, bedrooms, including mattresses, and so much more. We really are your one-stop shop for all of your home needs. And your biggest benefit, besides excellent prices, we hold inventory of most items and we'll sell to you straight off the showroom floor. No waiting months for your order. Give us a call at 574-322-2012.
Ron's Taxidermy, a world-class and full-time mounting studio right here in Michiana. From game heads, small mammals and birds, to life-size and exotics, including specialty and novelty items, And of course, it's never too late for skin mount fish or reproductions. So check out my personal friends at Ron's Taxidermy, located close to home in Union, Michigan. Hey, it's Captain Gary here. Not only will you find me in a boat, you'll always find me in the fall in my deer stand. After I get my deer and it's time to have it processed, I always go to my friends, Dennis Miller at Willow Valley Trades in Shipshewana, Indiana. Trust me when I tell you, the best venison sticks for a snack are always found at Willow Valley Trades. They are delicious, and you be sure to tell Dennis Captain Gary sent you.
It's a fact. A&B Lawn and Landscape in Millersburg is known for their property management and landscaping. They've been in business since 2000. They feature mushroom compost, perfect around trees and in your garden, boulders, landscape stone, river rock, 73 limestone, building pads, shredded topsoil, and more. No load is too big or too small at A&B Lawn and Landscape in Millersburg. If you need help hauling your classic vehicle anywhere in the United States, there's only one name to consider. That name? Gary Strait of StraightRoads.com. Gary Strait. He drives all over this great land of ours. I guess you could say he's an outdoor addict. Check him out, won't you? Enclosed vehicle transport at its finest. StraightRoads.com. That's StraightRoads.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have not been here that long and we are hooked up. Fish on, Larry. We're going to try to do the, oh yeah, that's a nice steelhead. I'm going to try to film and net. That is a nice steelhead. Woo, look at that fish. Yeah, can you?
Yeah.
Oh man, that is a nice one. Don't lose it. Oh, he's heading down. Look at that drag rip. Look at that drag rip. Guys, we have not been here long. One other boat finally showed up, but Larry has got one on. Now, if you're going to net him, I'm going to back up.
Okay.
Woo! It's outdoor addiction chaos, and I love it. Oh, he's got a nice steelhead. This is an easy 10-pounder. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, he's gone again. It's my face is scaring him. All right, now Larry's using noodle rods. They're about almost 8 feet long. 9 feet long. Oh man, Shimano reels, noodle rods. Here we go. Oh, that is a nice steelhead. That is a nice. I am pumped. We have not been here that long. And here we go. Fish on, fish on. He may not give up yet, Larry. He may not give up yet. I'm going to come back here. Woo! Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. Yeah, we got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. Fish on. Oh, man. Woo! The camera's getting wet. We're getting soaked. We don't care. Oh, man. As soon as I'm going to back up again. As soon as we can, Larry's going to hold that fish up for us. Oh, I'm telling you guys, nothing will clean out the arteries in your heart like catching a steelhead, especially right after you get here. Oh, I was actually casting. Larry's rod was gone, but he caught it. And I'm not kidding you when I tell you, my brother is the steelhead master. Look at that. Oh, that fish took a dive on us. All right, let's get him up here. He's still feisty. He's still feisty. All right. Well, that fish is every bit of 10 pounds. We have not been here that long. Hold on. Larry's gonna lose a thumb over this fish. This dude is fresh. When they're this fresh out of Lake Michigan, they are crazy. Now hold on to him, Larry. Look at the mouth on these things. But there's a steelhead right out of the river. Larry, great job. Oh man, he's going in the live well. Larry will get the spawn out of that big girl for fishing next year. And that fish, its next move will be onto a grill at Larry's house. But folks, that's how you do it. That was on spawn, right?
No, that was on a hot.
Oh, that was on the Hottentot.
Yeah.
That was on the Hottentot, not on spawn. Sorry about that.
This guy's still.
Oh, he's still going. Good thing you got big live well in this boat. Oh, there he goes. Larry, how'd that feel, buddy? Your first
Awesome.
first fall steelhead of 2022. You saw it all with some live action. Well, once again, we're in Mishawaka. It is a good day. I'm happier than a baby pig who just found a new mud hole. And let me tell you something. In case you don't know, because you didn't grow up on a farm, that's pretty doggone happy. As my friends at Tackle Shack would say, fish on, we're going to keep fishing. Hope to show you another one in a minute. Stay tuned. Ron's Taxidermy, a world-class and full-time mounting studio right here in Michiana. From game heads, small mammals and birds, to life-size and exotics, including specialty and novelty items. And of course, it's never too late for skin mount fish or reproductions. So check out my personal friends at Ron's Taxidermy, located close to home in Union, Michigan.
Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Welcome home. Welcome home.
Hi, it's Pastor Gary and Kim Sheets. I think our congregation said it best. Welcome home. Hi, it's Pastor Gary Sheets, and I want to tell you about my friends over at GasPumpFreedom.com. That's GasPumpFreedom.com. Did you realize you can lower your fuel bill by up to 20% and reduce emissions by up to 80%? How's it possible? Look over at my friends at GasPumpFreedom.com and their incredible Accelerate fuel tabs. You'll be glad you did.
Hey, welcome to One Stop Furniture and Mattress. You've come to the right place. Here at One Stop Furniture, we offer everything from dining rooms, living rooms, bedrooms, including mattresses, and so much more. We really are your one-stop shop for all of your home needs. And your biggest benefit, besides excellent prices, we hold inventory of most items and we'll sell to you straight off the showroom floor. No waiting months for your order. Give us a call at 574-322-2012.
260-768-3283. That's 260-768-3283. Dutchman Hunting Supplies in Shipshewana is your home for quality firearms, ammo, fishing, archery, tree stands, clothing, optics, and everything outdoors. Get fantastic value when you shop great name brands like Bowtech, Hoyt, Matthews, Savage, Winchester, Browning, and many more. Visit Dutchman Hunting Supplies at 8435 West US 20 in Shipshewana. Call 260-768-3283. That's 260-768-3283. It's a fact. A&B Lawn and Landscape in Millersburg is known for their property management and landscaping. They've been in business since 2000. They feature mushroom compost, perfect around trees and in your garden, boulders, landscape stone, river rock, 73 limestone, building pads, shredded topsoil, and more. No load is too big or too small at A&B Lawn and Landscape in Millersburg.
Hey, it's Captain Gary here. Not only will you find me in a boat, you'll always find me in the fall in my deer stand. After I get my deer and it's time to have it processed, I always go to my friends, Dennis Miller at Willow Valley Trades in Shipshewana, Indiana. Trust me when I tell you, the best venison sticks for a snack are always found at Willow Valley Trades. They are delicious, and you be sure to tell Dennis Captain Gary sent you. All right, so one thing Larry and I have been checking out. We started out with 2 rods with the Hottentot, of course, and we had 2 rods with fresh spawn on it from last year, all cured up. We already showed you that earlier in the show. However, I noticed that the water temperature, we're only in 5 feet of water here. The water temperature is 63 degrees. So I made an executive decision, even though I'm not the captain in this boat, that we should get rid of the spawn. Let's go all out with Hottentots. So that's what we're doing right now. So what I wanted to talk to you about was what's the perfect temperature for spawn. In my opinion, and fishing here for over 20 years, 55 degrees. When that water hits 55 degrees, then I would actually get away from these Hottentots. I would go all spawn, like on 4 or 5 rods, lay it out different distances away from the boat, find out where they're hanging out at. Once you catch 1 or 2, then I would flood that one spot with spawn. Now, another thing about spawn is, especially on a river, don't be surprised if you catch a catfish. They will trick you once in a while. But as the water gets colder, the catfish bite will slow way down, and then you're into those steelhead. So I just wanted to give you another Sheets Brothers secret of what we're doing today. Water temperature's hot. We're gonna go all Hottentots. We're gonna see what happens. It's been a successful morning. We're having fun. We're still fishing. And by the way, these steelhead, they go almost 70 miles by river, the St. Joe River, from the mouth at St. Joe, Michigan, to come all the way up here to Twin Branch Dam. These fish are fresh. How they still have so much energy, I have no idea. But as you saw earlier, they will fight. Make sure your drag is loose and you're ready to go for a ride, because when you get a fish on, it is party time. We're having a great day. That is your tip from Captain Gary on how to catch more fish. Keep on fishing. We're going to. All right, folks. Larry and I have had a great day right here in our backyard in Mishawaka, Indiana. This is the fish he caught. We started out strong. We saw a few more, but as the sun came out and got really bright, they stopped. But if you want to see what a 29-inch St. Joe River steelhead looks like, there you go, up close and personal. I'm just telling you, don't miss out on this great fishery right here in northern Indiana, all over Michigan. It is fall, it is cold, it's been windy, it's salmon and steelhead time. And so I'll say this, you never know where your outdoor addiction might lead you, and sometimes it leads you to some incredible fishing. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time right here on Outdoor Addiction.